Because the discussion about the future of AI or future shaped with AI, it's getting more and more interesting. Today, I'm going to switch to another side of the story, which is talk about the inequality. But before I do that, I'm going to make one note. Last time I talked about, you know, the laggard people, redneck, will be if they don't if we don't solve the income and the meaning problem simultaneously, they may get into um, become a problem, become the skies like similar to Trump, become his basis basically. I need to take back a little bit because think about this. In the future, the universal basic income, meaning that it will be applying to a lot of people. So this is different from the Rust Belt. Rust Belt is basically a regional thing. We have a problem. People lost their job, they lost the meaning of life, and then they become drug addicts. This is will be somewhat uh, relieved or reduced. Why? Because when everybody's getting some basic UBI, universal basic income, that will the sense of anxiety, the loss of meanings and purposes will be a little bit um, better than the Rust Belt. I imagine that in the future, when we sit on the subways or sit on the airplane, and then so we turn your head to the left or the right and say, "Are you getting the UPI?" And if both sides of me say, "Yeah, I'm getting the UPI," and then that make me a little bit released. So that's just one quick note. But today, I want to make the discussion more interesting because we are talking about the inequality. Remember that so far we've been talking about the AI and the productivity, and we've been arguing that the AI productivity is a sweeping. But there's another side. Of course, they are related. But I read a report from Fortune magazine. It's basically an interview of uh, another Nobel Prize winner, Joseph Stiglitz. I hope I have pronounced his name right. I believe he's in Columbia University, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. But because he's a Nobel Prize winner, it basically belongs to the whole world, right? So, but he was raised in several questions, all related to inequality. He actually raised 3 points. Let me check. The first point is that the AI will inevitably cut down the labor. So you basically displace the workers out of their job, basically. So we have two kinds of thing. One is that the labor enhance technology. Another is labor replacing technology. AI is kind of especially in the future with the humanoid better developed, which I think China may be leading the way. But because so that's another story. But basically, if you have a technology that is a labor replacing, that's according to Stiglitz, that's good news for the capitalist. By now we have to redefine the capitalist, right? Right now, today, when we say capitalist, it's people just with money. But in the future, in the AI age, the capital means more like your model, your data, your training, your algorithm, right? Also, money is still part of it, but it's not money. It's not everything. It's not the only thing. So, according to his prediction, that will be a bigger problem because number one, you're replacing the workers, which makes the capitalist happy because the return, the profit will flow to them disproportionately, right? And then the final point he's making is that those guys, what he called the tech bros, right? He says that if you think about this, those guys who trying to develop the technology, AI technology, are simultaneously trying to make the case that we need a small government. So I think he might have like Elon Musk in his mind because Elon Musk is famous for he's a big fan of Donald Trump, which is uh, uh, encouraging this small government. So basically, adding this 3 point, it's really worrisome. Okay, obviously his concern is not it's definitely not baseless because if you look at the history, right, back in the Great Depression is basically 1930s, right, and then when the U.S. farm productivity has been increased dramatically with all the machines, but the problem is that a lot of farmers are out of a job. So this is create a big Great Depression. So his concern is totally legitimate. And I'd like to even use the word respect. I respect the people like that because they're not thinking about themselves. You know, Stiglitz is also already like a 70 or 80s. So he's not worried about himself, but he's worried about the others, people you know then it also reading his word make me think about the movie Modern Times by Charlie Chaplin. you know um, Charlie Chaplin is one little guys, and then with another, in a assembly line, everybody's doing the repetitive job and trying to tighten the bolt, right? And then the belt, with all the thing that the parts need goes faster and faster and faster, eventually created chaos, right? So that means that when you have a technology, or when the capitalist while tries to maximize their own profit, that will according to Stiglitz, that will inevitably leads to the damaging or significant reduction of workers' welfare. Okay, so here there's a two. This is very interesting ideas, right? And like I said, I respect that. But I would bring 2 point, kind of a counter argument. Like I said, it's nothing personal, but just the 2 point actually both related to my thesis, my general thesis of a demand. We don't forget about the demand. So according to Stiglitz, the only way to fix the problem is to have strong institutions. So basically, he's moving to political economy. He's moving himself like basically to new institutional economics, similar to S. McGrew, especially to North, Douglas North and others, and Williamson's, But I have two counter argument that I think will weaken his point. The first one is you have to think about the demand, and then the second one is that once you bring the demand, you will understand that not only the problem will be the picture of the future will be not as pessimistic as he had laid out for us. So let's do that the next time.